जय श्री कृष्ण।
Jai Shri Krishna. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. So now we're going to listen to Maji's Bhavachan.
गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः।
कहते हैं मेरे में जिसका मन है, तेरे में जिसका प्राण है, मेरे में जिसकी श्रद्धा है, ऐसे जो है सतोगुणी महापुरुष जब आपस में मिल के बैठते हैं तो मेरी ही चर्चा करते हैं। आप मिलते हैं तो जेवरों की चर्चा करते हैं, बेटे बेटी की चर्चा करते हैं, तेरे लड़के की सगाई हुई कि नहीं हुई, तेरी लड़की के क्या हुआ, ससुराल से वापिस क्यों आ गई। वो कहते हैं वो मेरे भक्त जो हैं वो मेरी चर्चा करते हैं, गीता के ज्ञान की चर्चा करते हैं। तो इसलिए ऐसे जो लोग हैं जो हमेशा मेरी ही चिंता करते हैं। अभी मैंने देखा आप लोग यहाँ इस समय सब गीता सुन रहे हैं, जिस समय मैं गीता बंद करूंगा उसी समय आप सब लोग यहाँ बोलना शुरू करते हैं। मैं कई बार देखता सुनता भी हूँ, पर पता नहीं कि आप क्या बोल रहे हैं, इसलिए मैं अंदर चला जाता हूँ। लेकिन आप बोलते सब हैं उस समय। ये मुझे पता है कि गीता नहीं बोलते हैं उस समय आप। भगवान कहते तेषां सतति युक्तानां भजतां प्रीति पूर्वकम। वो प्रीति पूर्वक मेरा भजन करते हैं और मेरी ही चर्चा करते हैं। ददामि बुद्धि योगवंतम, मैं उनको फिर ऐसी बुद्धि दे देता हूँ अच्छी कि जिस बुद्धि को लेकर के, शुद्ध बुद्धि को लेके वो क्या करते हैं, ये न माम उपयान्ति, वो मुझको प्राप्त कर लेते हैं मेरे पास। भगवान अपने को प्राप्त करने की बुद्धि खुद देते हैं, लेकिन कब देते हैं कि जब आप रोज उनकी चर्चा करो। और अगर आप रोज चर्चा करो नाइलॉन धोबीलोन की, तो फिर आपको नाइलॉन धोबीलोन की धोतियां मिलेगी, उस उन्हीं को देखा करो। करोगे जिसकी चर्चा मिलेगा वो। तेषामेवानुकम्पार्थ महमज्ञानचं तमः नाशयाम्यात्मभावस्थो ज्ञानदीपेन भास्वता। परं ब्रह्म परं धाम पवित्रं परमं भवान् पुरुषं शाश्वतं दिव्य मादिदेवमजं विभुम्। अर्जुन कहने लगा महाराज आप परम ब्रह्म हैं, आप परम धाम हैं, आप सब कुछ है, आप सर्वशक्तिमान हैं और आप अनादिकाल से है। पुरुषम शाश्वतम, अनादिकाल से आप है। दिव्यम, और आप दिव्य हैं, ऐसा धरती पर कोई है नहीं। अजम, आपका कभी जन्म नहीं होता है। और विभुम, आप सारे संसार में फैले हुए। ये सब है, पर मुझे क्या पता है। अर्जुन कहता है आहुस्त्वा विषयः सर्वे, आपके बारे में ऋषियों ने ऐसी बातें करी है, हमने ऋषियों से सुना है। आहुस्ताम विषय सर्वे देवर्षि नारदस्तथा, और सब ऋषियों में जो सबसे बड़ा होता है वो देव ऋषि कहलाता है, वो नारद है। ऋषि 5 प्रकार के होते हैं। एक तो होता है ऋषि, ये सबसे छोटे होते हैं ऋषि। फिर उससे थोड़े बड़े होते हैं, वो होते हैं राजऋषि। फिर उनसे भी बड़े होते हैं, वो होते हैं महर्षि। कितने हुए? 3। फिर उनसे भी बड़े होते हैं, वो होते हैं ब्रह्म ऋषि, 4। और फिर चारों से जो बड़े होते हैं 5 में, उनको कहते हैं देव ऋषि। अर्जुन कहता है मैंने तो देव ऋषि से भी आपकी ये सब बातें सुनी, नारद से। देव ऋषि नारदस तथा, और फिर असितो देवलो व्यासः स्वयं चैव ब्रवीषि मे। और प्रभु ये सारे ऋषियों से मैंने सुना है, शास्त्रों से सुना है, सबसे मैंने सुना है, और आज आपके खुद के मुंह से मैं सुन रहा हूं कि आप महान हैं, तो मुझे इसमें शंका नहीं। लेकिन एक बात है, सर्वमेतद्धृतं मन्ये यन्मां वदसि केशव न हि ते भगवन् व्यक्तिम् विदुर्देवा न दानवाः। सर्वमेतद्धृतं मन्ये, महाराज ये सब बात जो है सच है, मैं मानता हूं, मुझे शंका नहीं है। शंका उनको नहीं है, मुझे शंका होती है वर्ण सुनकर, और वो कहते मुझे शंका नहीं है, ये सब सत्य है। देव ऋषि नारद ने भी ऐसा ही कहा है, सब ऋषियों ने भी कहा है, व्यास भगवान ने भी कहा है, तो प्रभु ये सब जगह मैंने सुना है, और आपने खुद ने भी ये कहा है। तो जब मैंने ये सब सुना है तो ये झूठ तो है ही नहीं। और आपका प्रभाव कोई देवता और राक्षस दैत्य कोई जान नहीं सकते हैं, क्योंकि सब आपके बाद पैदा हुए हैं, इसलिए आपको जो है शाश्वत स्वभाव का पता किसी को भी नहीं है। स्वयमेवात्मनात्मानं वेत्थ त्वं पुरुषोत्तम भूतभावन भूतेश देवदेव जगत्पते वक्तुमर्हस्य शेषेण दिव्यायात्मविभूतयः याभिर्विभूतिभिर्लोका निमांस्त्वं व्याप्य तिष्ठसि कथं विद्यामहं योगिंस् तां सदा परिचिन्तयन् केषु केषु च भावेषु चिन्त्योऽसि भगवन्मया विस्तरेणात्मनो योगम् विभूतिं च जनार्दन भूयः कथय तृप्तिर्हि शृण्वतो नास्ति मे मृतम्। अब अर्जुन कहता है कितना चतुर चेला है, खूब तारीफ करी उनकी। महाराज क्या कहना है, आपकी सब बात सच्ची है, पर एक बात है भगवान कि अब हम ये सब में आप हैं, तो अगर मुझे ध्यान करना है आपका, आपको प्राप्त करना है, तो किसमें करें? केसु केसु च भावेषु, किसके अंदर ध्यान करने से आपकी प्राप्ति हमको हो सकती है तो सब आपके क्या कुछ है ही नहीं। आपके सब मानस आपसे ही मन से पैदा हुए हैं। और भाई चीनी किराने की दुकान पे हमने देखा खिलौने रखे हुए थे, हाथी घोड़ा ऊंट सब कुछ खिलौने बने हुए, लेकिन थे सब वो शक्कर के, तो उनमें तो सब में शक्कर ही तो है। अब जब हम दूध पिए तो माँ हमको पूछ लेती थी कि दूध पियोगे बेटा? हाँ। तो अच्छा बताओ तुम्हारे दूध में क्या डालूं, घोड़ा के हाथी के ऊंट? अब वो घोड़ा हाथी ऊंट कुछ नहीं है, सब के सब चीनी है, शक्कर है, तो दूध मिठाई होगा। तो भगवान ये सब के सब आपका ही रूप है, देवियां सब आपके रूप है, देवता सब आपके ही रूप है, ऋषि मुनि सब आपके ही रूप हैं, शंकर भगवान, हनुमान जी सब आपके ही रूप हैं, तो हमको किस रूप के अंदर आपको प्राप्त करना चाहिए, ये आप दया करके हमको और शिक्षा दे दो। ये ऐसा अर्जुन बड़ी युक्ति से पूछता है। अर्जुन देखो, ये तरीका है पूछने का। ये जिज्ञासु भक्त होता है ना, वो बहस नहीं करता, शंका भी नहीं करता। वो तो पूछता है कि सब आप हैं, पर आप ये बता दो कि हमें किस रूप में आपको पूजना है। क्यों कि ये विस्तार के साथ हम आपसे सुनना चाहते हैं, इसलिए भी सुनना चाहते हैं। आपने पहले भी बताया तो है, पर हम फिर सुनना चाहते हैं, हमारी तृप्ति नहीं होती। आपके मुखारबिन से हम सुनते ही चले जाएं, जी ऐसा करता है, पेट भरता नहीं है महाराज, बोलते ही चले जाओ बस, और मैं सुनता ही चला जाऊं। तो इसलिए मुझे बताओ किस रूप में देखना है। भगवान ने देखा कि अर्जुन बड़ा चतुर है और ये छोड़ेगा तो नहीं। अब भगवान भी कभी कभी भक्त के बस में हो जाते हैं। तो जैसे भक्त बड़ा इच्छुक होता है भगवान को जानने के लिए, ऐसे भगवान भी कई बार बड़े इच्छुक हो जाते हैं भक्त को जनाने के लिए।
गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः।
Respected Gita devotees, Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Gurudev. On behalf of Swami Geeta Kiran ji, Guru Bhai Joshi ji, and myself, I extend a warm Gita Ashram welcome to all of you and thank you for taking the time to grace us with your presence. First, a very happy Hanuman Jayanti to everyone. Having said that, and to make it easier, a timer with an alarm notification will be displayed on top of the screen, and we humbly request our esteemed speakers to kindly observe the time limits, for which we thank you in advance. Our guest speaker for today is Guru Bhai Vivek Kamaranji of Geeta Ashram, Minnesota. If you'd like to participate as a guest speaker, kindly let us know and we'll book a slot for you. Having said this, I would like to invite Guru Bhai Joshi ji to please conduct the session as per our agenda. Thank you so much, Joshi ji. Over to you. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Gurudev everyone, and again very, very happy Hanuman Jayanti. As I heard one day someone saying, Hanumanji always lives, always lives. And my understanding is that as long as human beings are there, Hanumanji is the pran kriya of every human being. So remember Hanumanji and remember your pran shakti. That's what Hanumanji is. And keep that pran shakti always in service of Sri Ram, Sri Krishna. With that, we begin a beautiful Saturday, inviting very dear Vivek Kamanji of Geeta Ashram, Minnesota, to take next few minutes and share Geeta Ashram, Minnesota and Geeta Dham, Geeta Ashram's activity. Vivekji, up to you.
Thank you, Joshiji. Thank you very, very much. I will start sharing. First of all, very happy Geeta Jayanti. Can you hear me all? Thank you. Hanuman Jayanti, can you hear me all? Thank you. Joshiji, I was going to say, and Peterji, thank you again so very, very much for all of you for leading this program. And Vilaiji, thank you so much. And now, we also see Ramji here from time to time and Dr. Prasad. Very profound booklet, Life of a Soul, sitting on my desk. Ramji, thank you so much. Very profound. So Hanumanji Jayanti ke baare mein, I was going to tell you there was an event when Hanumanji was being installed. यहाँ पे 19, I think it was 2011 की बात है. Quickly, I'll share that. Hanumanji was in a truck coming out of India, and we had big problems in getting him inside the facility. So the guy who was doing it, he said, "Sorry, I cannot do it. You will have to send this truck home." हमने कहा क्या करेंगे? So very special puja we tried to do, called Guruma also. But finally, with a lot of persuasion and a lot of prayers, this is how Hanumanji works. He came out of there. So this is a true story. And then I'll start with Guruji's visit to a church. He was with me in 1992. तो किसी चर्च में हम गए थे, तो वहाँ पे किसी ने पूछा कि Swami Ji, where does God live and what does he do? And this is at a church setting, and I was there. So these are some notes from there. You know how Guruji was. So Guruji would say, sun and stars are not made in a Ford factory. आपको पता है ना? You know how Guruji would talk. So he said, Lord monitors you 24/7, Bhaiya, 24/7. He monitors you all the time, your actions. And he also advises you, but you don't listen to me, right? He advises you, you don't listen to me. I also protect you all the time. I go out of my way. You shouldn't eat this kind of food, shouldn't do this, shouldn't do that. But you don't listen to me. I also take care of your earnings and multiply them by 1,000 times, right? But when it comes to give, even 8% देने में मुसीबत आती है, right? But in your body, in your cells, you have 330 million cells, and those monitor you all the time. So how can you say, where is God and what does he do? How about that? Thank you so much for listening. A couple of other things. We have 3 major booklets out of Geeta Ashram, Minnesota, Defying All Odds, The Inevitable Separation, and the Bhagavad Gita itself. These are available on Amazon, written by Dr. Ashok Sharma. You heard him before. It's a beautiful and inevitable separation. If you lost anybody that you dearly, dearly love, it's a beautiful book to read. It's a beautiful book. And Gurudev's magic and how to find him. This is in process right now, how to find peace. And I was going to thank Ramesh Kamlani ji for all his beautiful words on Omkara that he said. So we will share this booklet some other time. I don't think we have time today. So what are some of the miracles? Sabko, jo bhi yahan pe baithe hue hain, we have all had a miracle on us. Joshi ji, what he's done for you, what he's done for me when we've had bad health. Some miracles have always happened, and we thank him. So the story in Minnesota is, in 1975, I was driving with him with 3 other family members. He said, "Yahan pe ruko." And "Yahan pe ruko" meant buy this land. So there was only 4 families, and that's how we bought that land in Geeta Ashram, Minnesota. How about that? And then in 1985, yahan pe ek highway aaya tha, Joshi ji, and get a call that, hey, we need these 4 acres. जहाँ पे हवन किया था वहाँ पे ही वो land बेचनी पड़ी. We got a big gift out of that. And then after that, everybody knows the story, right? The 10,000 square feet. And then 1988, I don't know, Joshiji, if you were here, we had a bank issue. So guess who we called? We called the $1 million Guruji. So Guruji said, "Tumko kitna chahiye?" मैंने कहा, Guruji, Kunal and I, we said about 250,000. Bas, is that all you need? What kind of guys are you? So he made a call and it was arranged. This is all because of him. We had new expansions. And yes, the 50th anniversary is coming also. And one quick one, in February of this year, before going to India, it's a true story. So I got up in the morning and had this dream. Guruji is there and I'm writing a check to him. And I know the exact value of the check too. And then and Guruji says, "Ye ho gaya?" Maine kaha, "Ho gaya." And then Kunal comes into the picture. So I called up Guruma. I said, "Hey, this is what happened. So I owe you this check," which is what I did. So this is some of the works of Gurudev. We're celebrating our 50th anniversary. Are you all going to be joining? Raise hands. I don't see anybody's hands here. Can we hear? Are you going to be joining? Can we raise some hands? Dr. Prasad, I can see you. This is on Janmashtami Day. It happens to be on the 16th and 17th of August. Joshiji, are you coming? I didn't hear anything. Raju?
Yeah, I'll come.
I'll come. Okay. So
16th to 17th of August, huh?
it's 15th, 16th. It's January
15th, 16th.
16th,
Okay.
17th. It's right there. And
Okay, great.
so we save the date. So what we're doing is something different than a conference. So we want to welcome you. We want to welcome all the people who have helped Geeta Ashram Minnesota, Joshiji, especially you. Vilai, if you remember, you came to Minnesota and helped us out long, long time ago. So you're welcome to come. We want you to come. The theme is going to be a little different. What we want to do is, Peterji, like a couple of weeks ago, you shared your miracle story at Geeta Dham, correct? And then your son Sayers shared his story. It was so profound. We really enjoyed it. So what we want to do is, ye jo bacche hain aajkal, inko we're going to give them a chance, Raju, to speak the values of Gita and Gopal that they have learned as their association with their parents or associations with Geeta Dham or Geeta Ashram. So that is the thing, and then kids competition for the younger generation, the Bhagavad Gita and Takshari. We have a beautiful program on Janmashtami the following day. So this gives you an idea, and then we will be welcoming you, obviously. So do I still have a few minutes left, I think, right? I wanted to share quickly some profound thoughts that, and I'll share them from Swami Tirthaji, Bhumananji. I was in Kerala 2-3 years ago. Arvind, I think you visited them. What a man. He reminded me exactly of Gurudev. If all of you can have a chance, we've had it at the conference. I have not met anybody like him in a long, long time. Just Swami hote hain, pakke Swami. And he is somebody, here is what he said. The path leading man to God or truth is said to be many. I'll speak of the shortest. So what is the shortest path? That God is within you. You don't have to go anywhere. So connect with him on a daily basis. And if we have time, I'll play a video here if we don't get time. But this is his message. This was just a couple of weeks ago. Our children are not participating in spiritual practices whereas we are in the Bhagavad Gita. How do we make peace, Swamiji? This is a true one. I'll send you a link to this. So his main message was, can we talk to the kids? We talk to each other a lot, right? But can we talk to them at their level? We are not doing that. We are not communicating with our grandkids. Sabke grandkids now, right? So are you communicating with them at their level? We are still in the 65 plus club, and we talk to each other. We're on a journey home. We still lose our cool in meetings. We still talk to our loved ones and we get angry at them. We have to learn all of those things still. So we have to strengthen the mind, is what he says. You can learn faster if you strengthen the mind. This is a tip for the kids he was giving, that you want to get an A grade or whatever, strengthen the mind. Try to introspect. Do not talk for 15 minutes. Try to introspect on a daily basis. Remind them that we're spiritual beings and not material beings. This is how he thinks we can connect our kids to the Bhagavad Gita, okay? We may say, so the ability to disconnect and be alive is the greatest spiritual quality. So this is some of the stuff, and if I get time, let's see, we'll try for a minute here, see if this thing works. I want you to get a feeling for it. If it comes, let's see. I will.
Enlighten the children. So you are speaking to the children right from their young age. So you should talk to them in a manner that they will understand. So you should tell them about the mind, about the intelligence, about the need for strengthening the mind.
I'll just
Any person who is involved in spirituality, who takes interest in spirituality, you will find his mind and intelligence grow. They are very much strengthened. One day, an engineering student came to our ashram.
Please send the link to all of us.
And
We can
as well
get
as
Yep,
now,
yep, we'll do
we
that.
have never known.
Thank you. We will be
He
doing that.
suddenly appeared by about midday and spoke to me 2 sentences and went away.
Very
Had
well.
his meal and went away. He had come 2 times to our ashram. The first time he said, Swamiji, I am an engineer.
Thank you. Thank you, Vivekji. Beautiful presentation about Gita Ashram of Minnesota. Due to the shortage of time, we have to move on. And want to thank very much to Swami Geeta Kiran for beautifully managing today's meditation program with our regular program. So thank you very much, Geeta Kiran. Thank you so much. And we could recite Bhagavad Gita 12th chapter from all over the world. That's a beautiful addition. And thanks to everyone from Thailand. I love the way they recite. Thank you, oh Bangkok. Thank you. Now I request to Dr. U. Prasadji to please carry on. Eagerly waiting for you. I missed last week. I don't want to miss again. So thank you. Please continue, Dr. Prasadji.
Thank you very much, Joshiji. As you all know, today is Mahavir Jayanti, his birthday of Sri Hanuman Bajrangavali. I offer my prayer to him. Manojavam ma rutatulya begam Jitendriyam buddhimatam varishtam Vatatmajam vanar yuthamukhyam Sri Ram Dutam Sharanam Prapadye. Let me also tell you one incident. I was encouraged by Vivekji's presentation about how there was a problem for him, for one to lift Hanumanji from the truck. I also tell you a very real, correct, authenticated information concerning the similar incident. This happened in Mughal Sarai railway station. My brother-in-law from Dhanbad had gone to Banaras to buy one idol of Hanumanji. It was not very big. 2 persons could carry. From Banaras on Tanga, horse-ridden, on that they was taken on the backside and was brought to Mughal Sarai railway station. At that station, the idol, the packed one, was to be put in the railway and carried from there to Dhanbad. As long as the idol was there on the railway station, that was all right. My brother-in-law engaged 2 coolies to lift him and put him there. Those 2 coolies tried and tried to lift, could not be. Another 2 coolies were brought, and it was not possible to lift him. And train had almost arrived. It was a big issue there, how to lift him from the platform onto the train. Now, they and others joined together and started reciting Hanuman Chalisa. After that again it was tried, and then I don't know how and why all these things happen, but God knows, Hanumanji knows, and he's listening now also. He's already existing everywhere. Hanumanji is alive and he is listening. I tell you, this was a real incident, and we're all amazed how it happened. But then it was possible to lift him and take to the train and take him to Dhanbad. Thank you very much for that. Now, let me start with the prayer to Bhagwan and Gurudev. Vansi Vibhushita Karan नवनीरदाभात् पीताम्बरा दरुणबिम्बफलाधरोष्ठात् पूर्णेन्दुसुन्दरमुखात् अरविन्दनेत्रात् कृष्णात् परं किमपि तत्त्वमहं न जाने अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. Divine souls, as you all know, last week we completed chapter 12. And as is there at the end of every chapter, there is what is called Sankalpa Vakya. It is epilogue. It is called also Pustika. This is at the end of every chapter, there are certain statements which remain constant. What changes is the name of the chapter and the yoga connected with that chapter. This is the 12th chapter. So the Pustika here says, Om Tat Saditi Srimad Bhagavad Gita Su Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Sri Krishna Arjun Sambade Bhakti Yogo Nam Dwa Daso Adhyaya. It is 12th chapter and it is there in the Upanishad of Bhagavad Gita. Now, when we talk of Upanishad of Bhagavad Gita, what do we understand by that? It is said that each chapter of Bhagavad Gita is itself an Upanishad. So they are all Upanishads, all the 12 chapters, all of them are individual Upanishad, and that is contained in Bhagavad Gita. But what do you understand by the word Upanishad? Upanishad has three components. Upa, Ni, Shad. Upa means near, Ni means surrender, and Shad means sitting. So, Upanishad means sitting under, of course, a teacher in a spirit of surrender. And why one would like to sit near the teacher is to gain knowledge. The whole thing, when we talk of Upanishad, it is knowledge, knowledge, and knowledge. It's all put together in a very compact way in what is called Vedanta. That is the end of Veda, to our last chapters of the Veda. You know, 100,000 in each sloka in each Veda. We have 80,000, which is Karma Kand, and 16,000 is the Kand, Upasana Kand, and then remaining portion is what is called Upanishad. That is the end of Veda. We are aware of 108 Upanishads. 18 of them are well known, and they have ultimate teaching, which is only one. Each whole Vedanta, whole Upanishad, the teaching in one part, everything is Amrita. That Amrita is to realize Brahma, the ultimate reality, Brahma Vidya. And in every Veda, towards the end, in the Vedanta part, there are the Upanishads put together, and in 4 Vedas, we have got 4 Mahavakya. Mahavakya is great sayings. It is also called grand pronouncements. So these Mahavakyas, they are in each Veda, and in each Veda, in particular Upanishad of that Veda, there is one Mahavakya. See how beautiful it is. Each Veda, when you are reading, and the whole content of that is there in one Upanishad, and in that Upanishad there is one Mahavakya. So one has to remember which Veda we are talking about, and in that Veda, which Upanishad contains which Mahavakya. So this is the table I have put in here. Anybody can make note of that and try to put that inside. Riga Veda has Aitariya Upanishad, and the Mahavakya is Pragyanam Brahma. In Samved, there is Chandogya Upanishad, and the Mahavakya is Tat Tvam Asi. In Atharvaved, there is Mundak Upanishad, and it contains Ayam Atma Brahma. In Yajurved, there is Brihadanakya Upanishad. It is Aham Brahmasmi, that is the Mahavakya. So these are the Mahavakya. What we are connected here, as you know, we are moving on to chapter 7, which is the first component of that portion which deals with Tvam. We'll come to that in a minute. But the teaching, the divine teaching in all these Upanishads, again I mentioned, is same. To realize the individual self is the same as the Supreme Self. It teaches see, we are talking about individual self, and we are talking of the Brahma, Supreme Self. So our thinking is narrow. We think ourselves as the confining ourselves and the world. The concept of ourselves, of the body and the world is very shallow, superficial. We go deep, then we talk of the Jivatma and Paramatma. So what are all these teachings as confined, as given in the Mahavakya? It tells us how to, it tells you the process that is designed for merging this individual self, the Jivatma, with Supreme Self, that is Paramatma. So there is a supreme individual self, and there is a Supreme Self. They are not two. They are not. They are same. We think it is two, as the space within the pot also thinks they are two. They are individual selves, all the pots. So the space inside the pot thinks that this is my pot. This pot thinks this is my pot, and it knows that these changes are taking place in the pot, getting old, getting rusted, getting broken, and again all kinds of things are happening. The changes are happening in the pot, but the space within it thinks I am getting changed. The changes are or savikar. That vikar is happening. Actually, the vikar is happening in the pot, but the space inside thinks that I am getting changed. I am changes are taking place. Till such time, a knowledgeable person or knowledgeable information goes there inside the pot and enlightens the space and tells, look, you are not pot. You are space. You are the same space as the space outside you. Same space as outside everywhere. Same space as it is in other pot. So when we talk of individuals, they are not separate. You may be, by dint of the pot, by dint of your body, you think you are separate and another person is separate. But the fact is, as it is Ghatakas, so is the Mathakas. You make a temple or something barrier, you put barrier. But the space within that is same as space Brahad Akas, same. But that understanding doesn't happen easily. It requires knowledge and it requires Jnana and it requires Vijnana. Now coming to those Tat Tvam Asi is the one which is used to describe the components in Bhagavad Gita, the segments in Bhagavad Gita, which part talks of which part of Mahavakya. So there is a Tat Tvam Asi. The three satak, that is, you have all heard about it many times, that in Bhagavad Gita we have the division of 6 chapters each. There are 3 components of 6 chapters, so it is called 3 satak. 6 and 3 times 6, that is 18 chapters. So we have number 1 to 6 is Karma Yoga essentially, and it deals with Tat Tvam Asi part is Tvam part, you, the world, Sansar, Jagat, the body. In this part, this section, Bhagavan talks about how to understand difference between the Atma and Anatma. What is Atma and what is not Atma? We have gone through chapter 2 and understood what is the difference between two. But that is chapter 1 to 6. When we come to chapter 7 to 12, this is essentially it deals with the component of Bhakti Yoga. And there talks about Tat. Tat is Bhagavan, Brahma. That Bhagavan which pervades everywhere. That Bhagavan which is supreme consciousness. About this we are going to learn when we start from chapter 7. We already had done chapter 12. That was the need of it was desired. We shall go through that. But before the 12th chapter, which is the end part of the Bhakti Yoga, we have the 7th, 8th, which preparation. It tells you how to culminate that into those essential components or attributes which constitute what is called bhakti. But that is, we have gone through. We will talk about this part soon. Now, the third part is 13 to 18, which is Jnana Yoga. And here, Bhagavan talks about unification of Jiva and Ishvara, Tvam and Tat, how they intermingle, he talks about in chapter 13 to 18. Essentially, it is also called, in first 6 chapters, it is Purusha Prayatna, the effort by the individual, the Karma Yoga. So the Karma Yoga involves effort and how to perform action by the individual. So there is individual and there is a karma attached with this, how to move in such a way as to be able to get involved in bhakti, true bhakti, before you get your sins removed. So the bhakti part is required for removing all the impurities in the mind so that it prepares an individual to get involved, get into the bhakti yoga. And when it comes to bhakti yoga, it is Ishwar Anugraha. It is the Lord and His grace. That is all compact in the middle part of Bhakti Yoga, which is called Ishwar Anugraha. That is the grace of Bhagavan. Bhagavan and His grace, that is given in this part. And then it comes to the Jiva Ishwar Aikyam, how the unification of Jiva with Brahma. So Jiva and Brahma Aikyam is essentially given in verses 13 to 18. Now, when we talk of chapter 7, this is the second 3 satak, and it deals with Tat, that is Brahma, Lord Supreme. In this part, you will see a lot of words like mama, mai, maya. So his own, he's talking about himself. He is giving all kinds of information. So what is contained in the first chapter of the second Trisatak is called what is meant by God. What is the nature of God? What is the function of God? And what is the glory of Paramatma? All these things we will go through gradually one after another. In this chapter, how Bhagavan leads us to understand all these things in this chapter. Now, the name of this chapter is Gyan Vigyan Yoga. This is the yoga of knowledge and wisdom. What is the difference? The difference is Gyan is knowledge. This is gained through scriptures, through teachings of Guru, through satsang, through self-study, and all these things you acquire knowledge. But that is knowledge. Vigyan is Visishtha Gyan. It is not ordinary Gyan. This is the Gyan you have accumulated within yourself. You have imbibed the knowledge and gained the knowledge within you. So that, you see, you go through so many books, read so many things, but you read them, you know, understand them also, but they don't retain there. That part, which is that knowledge which comes to you through various sources, and we are able to retain that within ourselves, then that is Vigyan. You are not just Jnani, but you have got what is called wisdom. So you acquire that knowledge within yourself. Just going through understanding, you see so many flowers here, there. You know that this is this flower, this is another flower. You also read about the flower, which species is that, which class is that, which kind is that, what is the name of this. All those things you know. But you think of tomorrow, you will forget. You may have gone through all the various kinds of flowers that exist, but when you ask after half an hour, tell me the name of flower, you will forget. Or name of fruit, if you go through market, you see so many kinds of varieties of fruit. You can know about them, but you do not remember that within you. That part which you have put in your mind and assimilated yourself within yourself, that is called Vijnana. That is the difference. Also, it is said, sight is the Jnana, insight is the Vijnana. Tuition is Jnana, intuition within you is Vijnana. Also, we talk of Pratyaksha Jnana, that means what you see, what you feel and you smell through your senses and all these things, you get Pratyaksha Jnana. Paroksha Jnana, you read and understand through books. But Aparoksha Jnana, it is beyond Pratyaksha and Paroksha Jnana that you acquired. That is the experience you get, the gain experience within yourself. One is theory and other is experience. Now, in chapter 6, we have gone through chapter 6, and this verse talks about Jnana Vijnana. So you need to have both. You have to have various means through Guru, through satsang. You get the knowledge, you acquire, assimilate within yourself, and you triptatma, you're completely saturated. Once you get saturated, Jnana Vijnana Triptatma, Kutastho Vijitendriya. That is the knowledge. You are complete control over your senses, and you are able to realize Brahma through assimilation of Gyan and Vigyan. So there is a two-stage development in the path of spirituality. When the spiritual seeker has to go one step after another. The first step is from Agyan to Gyan. Unless and until you have the experience of, you get the knowledge from various sources, your agyan will not go away. You will not know about the flower, details of flower. You are ignorant, you don't know the details. But when you acquire knowledge from various sources, you know the details and you are now knowledgeable. But that is not enough. You should have Vigyan. From Agyan to Gyan, and then from Gyan to Vigyan, you attain that. There is information in Gyan and there is transformation in Vigyan. And this has to be acquired through experience, through various sources, and then you are able to realize the path of Brahma. There is another way to understand what is Jnani and what is Vijnani. Vijnani, on the path of attaining knowledge to realize Brahma, he goes through the process, through the universe. He encounters problems or issues in sansar. And then he says, oh, not this. Neti, neti, neti. He keeps on saying that this is not, this is not. We remember from Astakam, Nirvana Astakam, Mano, Mano Buddhi Hankare Chittani Naham Nasrotra Jive Nagrana Netra Navyoma Bhumi Na Tejo Navayo Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. I am not that. I am not that. I am not man. I am not buddhi. I am not ahankar. I am not ear. I am not all the senses. What I am Brahma. So the stage, this is one stage. A jnani, he discards one after another. And then only after discarding everything, he comes to a stage of realization. He understands because he finds none of those things in the world gives him that understanding which he is seeking. He also will talk of the various layers, and that also we discard one after another. Neti leads on to Brahma. It also, in a way, when you are moving up on the roof, you want to go on to top of the roof, you go one stair after another stair, and then you give up. Give all this, give up, and then of one step after another, you reach at the top of the roof. But Vijnani is different. Vijnani has not to go through all these steps. Vijnani did not go through neti process. These are the people from prarabdha, from his past karma. He has acquired so much of punya that he is born at a level. Say Ramakrishna, Swami Ramakrishna, he didn't read any book, he didn't go through any process, he didn't have teacher also, but he used to go to trance. He used to go into the trance and so that was the realization. We have seen so many of them, they give up sansar and gets into the stage, into that spiritual level. So Ramana Maharshi also, he was a small child. He got realization then itself. So they don't have to go through the process of neti, but they realize they have already acquired from the previous birth that knowledge that they are very close to the roof where he does not have to go through the steps, but he realizes, he says the steps are the same as the roof. There is no difference between that. And that is the realization. He says, all is not, God is. All whatever sansar is, he immediately understands without going through the process of neti. He understands that all is not, God is. And he just has to switch on to say that all is God. He doesn't also even see that sansar is not. He goes beyond that understanding. He doesn't look at the sansar as not. He says all is God. And that is the level of understanding of a person who is a Vijnani. Now, in Jnana Vijnana Yoga, the 7th chapter, we see that Arjuna does not ask question. It is Bhagavan who straightway carries forward from where he left in towards the end of chapter 6. When he talks of 46 and 47, he talks of tapasvibhyodiko yogi ज्ञानिभ्योऽपि मतोऽधिकः कर्मेभ्यश्चाधिको योगी तस्माद् yogi bhavarjuna. He first says that tapasvi, the yogi is better than tapasvi, yogi is better than jnani, yogi is better than karmi. Therefore, Arjun, you become yogi. But then he says, योगिनामपि सर्वेषां मदगतेनान्तरात्मना श्रद्धावान् भजते यो मां स मे युक्ततमो मतः. Here it is that among all the yogis, who is the best? The best is one who sarvesam, among the all yogis, madagate nantaratmana, who puts all his mind on to me, madagate. Then Sadhavan bhajte yo mam. This mam he brings on here. Shraddhavan bhajte yo mam. Arjun might have in his mind, which Bhagavan read, that he wants to know everything about me. Mam, when he finds that Arjuna has in his mind one desire to know what I am telling him about me, and that what goes on from chapter 7 to chapter 12. We'll continue next week. Thank you very much. Jai Sri Krishna, Jai Gurudev.
Thank you so much, Dr. Prasadji. I saw the word Shraddha, and again in the last verse of 12th chapter is Shraddhana mat parma bhakta seti ume piyaha. Shraddha, Shraddha, Shraddha. We hope to understand and learn to live with Shraddha. Thank you again. Thank you so much. Now I request Swami Geeta Kiran ji to take us to the healing meditation, or whichever way you like. Swami Geeta Kiran ji. Thank you.
Thank you, Joshiji. Thank you. Everything is so beautiful tonight. Satgurum Tam Namami. Satgurum Tam Sumero Pavana Kumar Barabuti Vidya Dehuvi Arahu Kale Savika Jaya Hanuman Jana Kunasakara Jaya Kavi Sati Puloga Uchakara Ramaduta Tulita Bharatama Anjani Putta Pavana Sutanama Mahavira Vikrama Bajarangi Kumati Nivara Sumati Kesandi Kanjana Varana Viraja Subesa Kananda Kundala Kunchita Kesa Hata Baja Utvaja Vidaje Kante Munja Jane Usaje Sankara Suvana Kesari Nandana Tejapatapa Mahajagavandana Vidyavana Kunihati Chatura Ramakaja Karideko Atura Prabhu Charita Sunibeko Rasiya Rama Lakshmana Sita Manapasiya Sushma Rupa Dharisiya Nidikhawa Vikata Rupa Dhari Lanka Jarawa Bhima Rupa Dhari Asura Sanhare Ramachandra Ke Kaja Samvare Laya Sajivana Lakhana Jiyaye Shri Raghubira Harasi Udalaye Raghupati Gini Bahuta Parai Tumma Mama Piya Bharatahim Samapai Sahasavatana Tumaro Jasakave Asakahi Shri Patikantha Lagave Sanakadika Brahma Dik Munisa Narada Sarada Sahita Ahisa Jama Kubera Dikapala Jahate Kabi ko Vidatahi Sake Kahate Tuma Upakara Sugriva Hikina Ramanilaya Rajapatadina Tumaro Mantra Vibhishanamana Rankeswara Bhaye Sapajagajana Jukasahar Sajojana Parabhanu तिर्योता हिस मथुर पलजानु प्रभु मोद्रिका मेली मुखमाही चलति लंगिकये अचरचनाये दुर्गमकाज चकटके चेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हारे ते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे हो तन आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी सरना तुम्हारा चपकाहू को डरना आपन तेज समारो आपे तीनों लोग हाकते कापे भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं भावे महावीर जप नाम सुनावे नासे रोग हरे सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा इनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन पर भावे चारों जुग परताप तुम्हारा है परसिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदर नाम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नवनिधि के दाता असबर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा तुम्हारे भजना राम को पावे जनन जनन के दुख बिसरावे अंतकार लखु पड़ पुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भात कहाई और देवता चेतन धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा जो सुमिर हनुमत बलबीरा जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा कीजे नाद हृदय महाडेरा पवन तनय संकट हरना मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता Pitaya Basahu Surapu Siyavara Ramachandra Ki Jai Umapata Mahadeva Ki Jai Pavana Sutta Nanumana Ki Jai Bolo Bhai Sabta Santana Ki Jai. You can now gently and slowly open your eyes and know that you are a unique and beautiful spiritual being of pure consciousness, and all you have to do is to shine brightly wherever you go, and you'll be helping the world and the universe. Stay blessed. O Sri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan Ki Jai, Param Pujya Gurudev Maharaj Ki Jai, Geeta Mata Ki Jai.
Thank you so much, Swami Geeta Kiran ji. A very beautifully designed Hanuman Jayanti and Bhagavad Gita part jointly, concluded with a beautiful meditation, energizing everyone. With that, I request all of you to please come back next Saturday. Let your family and friends know. Let's do satsang together. With that, Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Gurudev, we conclude today's program. Thank you.
Jai
Yes,
Shri Krishna.
thank you.
Jai Shri Krishna. Jai
Thank
Gurudev.
Jai Shri Krishna.
ขอบคุณ
Jai Shri Krishna ค่ะ
Jai Shri Krishna ขอบคุณมากนะคะขอให้โชคดีทุกคน
Now you say something about your book.
Oh, you want me to say something about the book? Well, the book is actually it's a scripture in Bhagavad Gita. We are actually printing hundreds of copies, which actually is a blessing, Gurudev's blessing. For I never thought it would reach to this point from the time that we started recording every mantra. So it's a blessing. This book is coming out and it's already out. We already distributed to Gita Gurukul kids, Gita Dham kids, and we are going crazy with it. I can't keep up with printing records and the amount of people that are requesting it. It's all Gurudev's blessing. Today's generation, if they have a scan book next to them, they are able to access easily versus looking for the links. Especially the older folks, they love the idea. I had meetings with a few of the older folks and the older devotees. They love it. And it's the best thing that they say that's ever come across because they don't have to look for a chapter or a verse of any chapter. They can just instantly get it in that book, just right at their desk. And when they have to go out, they just take the book with them and travel with it. So it's very lightweight as well. So I'm really excited. Actually, it's a bigger, much bigger responsibility than I thought because now everybody's requesting and I have to just see how many they need. That's the important thing. If they let me know, then I can work on that. Other than that, Gurudev's blessing is, there. And that's the reason why I'm so excited about the book. The Bhagavad Gita is something that it speaks for itself. in the Gurukul kids, they got that book. They were very, very excited that, they're taking something as a gift from Gurukul going towards the world. They pass the 12th grade, they take the book with them, and it has all the barcodes. Every chapter has two different barcodes on it. Each of the first barcode is just the recitation. The second barcode by chapter, it will give all the verses for that particular chapter, and so on for every single chapter. So that's before I used to make cards, but then the cards would get lost in the mix. This has the Gita itself, so people will actually have the book and actually can read the verses as well. So it's all combined together, and it's all everyone's blessings together collectively. The devotion towards Gurudev has made this come through for everybody's sake. For the kids ahead of us coming, that go through difficulties is a great, great gift to give anybody and everybody, really. And plus, the biggest thing of all is Maharaji's voice, his pronunciations, his recitations, and his voice will be there forever as long as internet is around and YouTube is around. And that's the whole key is we have to share it so many ways that possible. Some people are going to be distributing it to universities around the world. Some people are already working on trying to distribute it in hotels, like Peterji once had suggested. And so it's a wonderful thing. And it's just join in, because I cannot do it alone. So we want everybody to participate. And actually, Gurdev's vision, the way I got it, was that he said everybody should participate because unka kalyan isme hai, So very well said, The more you participate in it, the more, you are part of the sharing of Bhagavad Gita, which is the best gift that God has told us to do also in the Gita. We must share the message of Bhagavad Gita in whichever way possible. So I'm all excited. I'm sorry, I never get never get tired talking about this. So just imagine anybody that is in the world that is having some problems or issues, they have it instantly in their hand, they can reach out. So बाकी तो आप सबकी blessings हैं, तो उसी की वजह से ये possible हो सका है, नहीं तो नहीं हो सकता यार. Not do it by myself, no way. So we are working on also distributing it to Kanpur. There's like 10 schools that are under one board of trustees there, and then they have over 7,500 students that goes there too. I had given the Maharaji's recording a few years ago, and they have been invited to Gita Dham. They came there too. So now they want also for their kids that are graduating. So it's the more we share it, the more we make people aware that we have such a book that has Maharaji's voice and recitation, the more people are interested. I think it's the best gift that you can give anybody in this world. Jai Sri Krishna Bhai, Jai Gurudev.
Thank you,
Great
thank
job.
you, Raju, thank you so
Great
much.
job.
Hello, Dinesh Ahuja ji, want to say something? We are missing you, man.
Jai Shri Krishna. Basically, we have to make Jodhpur as Gita mein. Gita Dham will be the center of Jodhpur. There are 1,800 villages, and activities are going on behind curtain in a way because I have been here. But we have a lot of volunteers in Jodhpur area who are connecting the dots. By the end of the year, we should once I go within 6 months, we should have the whole Jodhpur covered. It's pretty good and pretty massive. Because once we have Jodhpur as a chingari for the whole country, for the whole world really, Jodhpur becomes Gita mein, Gita Dham becomes the center of the whole universe for Gita, then I think it will be much, much more powerful that we can continue to grow it and have everybody know about it as we were planning on before. Now all the villages are getting connected. We are getting all the tanks in Jodhpur. They don't get water, so we are getting Prime Minister Modi ji to help us to get the water, that permission, so we can get all the water supply connected to the tanks which are already built. So it's a small little technical issue. Once that happens, then all the people will have water. They're really into Gita, but all these difficulties we have to help them get out of it. Plus internet.
Very
So all
good.
those things are happening from the Prime Minister's office.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
talk sometime. I will be going again in November for a few months, so let's plan and do something. Thank you so much, Dinesh.
Jai Shri Krishna. Thank you, Ji. Jai Shri Krishna.
Can you see what is happening in Lajpat Nagar? Keshav Chopra ji. You are in Lajpat Nagar, beautiful place in Delhi. You are, please unmute.
Sorry, Joshi ji, I have to leave. Jai Shri Krishna.
Okay,
Yes.
Jai Shri Krishna, everyone.
Okay, Jai Shri Krishna. So yeah, Monday I have my dentist appointment at 11 o'clock. He has to do some implants. After that, I'll be able to do something. Yeah.
All the best to you. All the best to you. Jai Shri
Thank
Krishna,
you.
everyone.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna.